I'm a very optimistic person. You have to stay on the sunny side of the street in order to continue in this business and not crash out. But I got to tell you, this is a live shot of what's going on in California right now. They are cheating this election right before our very eyes. And I'm not exactly certain what to do about it, except for to call the feds, which there's a big update on that this morning. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen, the absolute state of California elections. While this is a meme, it's a funny one of Gavin Newsom delivering all the ballots. This is a real video of how ballots are being delivered in California by mysterious helicopter. This is from last night. They just fly in helicopters from anywhere they want and drop ballots off into unmarked vans that pull into their voting centers. Not mysterious at all.
The LA County Sheriff's Department is flying in ballots from vote centers across the region. You can see the choppers landing right now. We're standing in the
normal
parking lot of the
process.
LA County Registrar's ballot processing center. They land right here in the middle.
Totally normal.
And then you see workers, they're standing by to pick up those ballots.
They do all of this. Florida counts 10 million ballots in a single night. We just did this, by the way, like 18 months ago. No helicopters, no shady sheriff's department, no creepy warehouses, no unmarked vans. Just count the ballots where they are and deliver the totals electronically and securely to the Secretary of State. Everything is key carded and monitored and filmed and activated, and you can track everything, and you get a receipt when you vote. You have to show them your ID when you vote, and everything is tight to the letter. It allows for nothing like this. We've actually watched them cheat in real time. These are real-time screenshots during Gavin Newsom's 2021 governor recall in California. They were taken 2 minutes apart. The no votes, so to keep Gavin Newsom, went up by 300,000, and the yes votes went down by 300,000. 2 minutes apart. Look at that. 2 million. And then what happens next? Oh, 1.8. We'll just punch the button. Algorithmic. You know, we caught that on live TV.
8%.
Here's the actual live broadcast from CNN.
Now, if
Pay attention to down here. Pay attention to right down here.
Feeling pretty good.
Okay.
You would be thinking,
vote,
number one, you're
I'll
going
zoom
to
in.
complete your term.
Watch.
And number two, Governor Newsom made this campaign in the end
Watch it
about
yourself.
Larry Elder, but also about the comparison.
Watch the vote total.
California
Watch what happens
versus,
right here.
say, Florida and Texas on COVID.
They're
If
gonna do
your
an
keep
update.
Newsom number stays anywhere close to that,
Boom.
the
There
governor
it
is going
is.
to think that it's a mandate by
You
the
can
people
literally
of California.
watch them cheat in real time. How do they get away with it? Well, partly is because there's no voter ID and you can register to vote from anywhere for any purpose at any place. I found this out when I went to a toilet in an empty parking lot in LA. This is the registrar's paperwork that shows that there are 26 registered voters at a stinky porta-john in an empty parking lot at 100 Sunset Avenue in Venice, in Los Angeles. Who do you think voted there? I bet every single one of those 26 ballots got returned in for Karen Bass and Nikki Rahman. And that is why, and this is very depressing, Karen Bass and Nikki Rahman are now skyrocketing in the poly market in order to win and make it to the runoff. And Spencer Pratt is collapsing. Now, is that based on reality? Here's a great question. How exactly are people betting on Rahman overtaking Pratt mathematically with 300,000 votes left? If Bass keeps roughly the same current pace, Rahman would need nearly 59% of the remaining votes to pass him. That's an enormous late break margin. Am I missing something? Yeah, you're missing that California rigs their elections. So here's how they do it. This morning, California was at 58% counted in their governor's race. 15 hours later, it's at 56 counted. So they keep bumping the margins is what happens. Look at that. They keep as they print the ballots that they need. So they just go into a ballot printing factory, print the ballots, and then they just increase the number of total overall votes. It's just simple math. You just continue to expand the voter pool by printing ballots, by going into homeless encampments, manufacturing mail-in ballots. Who cares? You don't need voter IDs. Look at this from the LA County Register. Many voters chose to return their mail-in ballots on election day. Oh, it just so happens to be. They've had their mail-in ballots for months, but they just all turned them in on one day. I'm sure that's exactly what happened. These ballots are valid and deserve the same level of care and security. Really, look at how secure this all is. Very secure. Look at that. Looks totally secure. Just stacks on stack. Look at that. Nothing says security like this. That's just pure. It's just pure security. Just throw them in a pile, right? Throw them in a pile, and have Andre go and just like shuffle them around. And the ones that we don't like, we light them on fire. They did light votes on fire. So here's the update. You have 62% expected. Suddenly, it went from 200,000 ballots left remaining. This was yesterday to 322,000 ballots left remaining. Isn't that amazing? Spencer Pratt barely budged in his vote total. He only got like 5,000 more votes, but Nikki Rahman went up significantly. Spencer Pratt has now crashed down below 30%. You can see what they're going to try and do here. They're going to try and shove this filthy communist that nobody liked and nobody voted for over Spencer Pratt because they can't have Spencer Pratt as the spoiler. They just need two libtards running against each other. This is exactly what they've been predicting. Even Democrats, like libtard, like the dumbest Democrats that do this business, Nate Silver is one of them. He's perpetually wrong. He's constantly wrong, is out here saying this is third world stuff. This is failed state stuff. We shouldn't be allowing this. You know, amazing Katie Porter, who lost in a landslide, sort of gave the whole game up here when asked, don't you need to appeal to MAGA vote? Don't you need to appeal to the 40% of California that's Republicans? Listen to her answer.
What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, ma'am?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%. Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're
in a general election? Yes.
She got 4% of the vote and ended her political career last night. But what she's saying is, I don't need the Democrat machine has been so sophisticatedly rigged in this state that I don't need any Republicans. We have disenfranchised all Republicans. That's what she said in that clip. That's what's being said in this clip. It's called cheating. Listen to this.
So we're going to see these numbers change dramatically, and it happens every time we have an election.
Democrat strategies.
That, with all due respect to my buddy Katie over there, that her side of the aisle will say fraud, and how come all these ballots are coming in late? No, this is what happens. It goes red, and then it gets bluer and bluer and bluer, and that's what we saw. But
that's called fraud. That's called cheating the election. That's what it is. This is why Donald Trump is now calling for a full investigation into Democrat cheating the election. There's a big cheating by Democrats in California. Votes are all tied up, may not be for weeks, under investigation by U.S. Attorney's Office in Los Angeles. Why the vote counting delay? President DJT. Trump launches probe into California election day and claims Democrats are cheating in key primaries as results trickle in. The president said federal investigations are underway in big cheating in California. Trump is outraged at the opposition trying to steal the governor's race away from Steve Hilton and the mayor of Los Angeles. There's big cheating by Democrats in California. All the votes are tied up. Here's President Trump's post on it this morning. U.S. attorney is investigating, he says. The Democrats are at it again. They're trying to steal the governor's race of California, Los Angeles, primary away from two great Republican candidates. Here we go with the late massive numbers of mail-in ballots. You know, there's Supreme Court is overseeing today and may rule this month on late-breaking mail-in ballots, because this is what California is trying to count right now. And say, oh, we just got so many ballots mailed after the election day, and we just got to count them all, right? From the homeless encampment, for instance, or the toilet that I showed you. Look at this. They're doing it on purpose. They slow walk the counting on purpose. Why does California take so long to count ballots? Well, the state leaders have prioritizing expanding last-minute options to vote by mail over a quick count. Well, I wonder why that would be. Why would you pointlessly extend your count if you can know the winner on election night? To cheat. That's why. Look at this. Not only the best. You know, only the best
very
working
last
here.
Day, as long as it is postmarked by election day, there's up to 7 days for that to come to a vote processing center like this one to be counted.
Look at that. Just
Also,
the highest quality.
We mail
counters
ballots to every single registered voter in the state. Right now, about 80% of voters return their ballots by mail. Each one of them has to go through a signature verification.
Nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. The absolute A quality vote counters. Don't you even dare question what they're doing there in California. The rig is on, the steel is on. President Trump, you've got to investigate. Somebody's got to be able to stop this. I can feel it in my bones. They are trying to steal it away from Spencer Pratt. I think Steve Hilton is safe. I think he's won big enough to get out of the fraud vector. But Spencer Pratt right now is in real danger. You have to stay locked in. And we need some type of intervention here. Maybe we could pass the SAVE Act. John Thune watching this, loving every second of it. Disgusting. The Republicans in the Senate disgust me. Keep fighting, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ever doom. Keep fighting. We need to expose this stuff. That's what we're doing on this channel. Like, share, and subscribe.